We're in the poultry business, in the poultry export business, and I can feel pretty passionate about this issue because it affects the poultry industry in a huge way. And I think my comments will work well for the other agribusinesses in the Southeast. I think we share a lot of similarities. From our standpoint, this is not a nice to have, this is a gotta have. And we're pretty fired up about it. First characteristic that the poultry industry and the other agribusiness have is exports are really important to the profitability and the livelihood of the business. In the poultry industry, exports account for approximately 20% of the production of the United States, and that's critical. And the number one port for poultry is Savannah. So what happens to Savannah affects the U.S. industry. We need product, we have a dense product, like the forest industry and the chemical industry. We need to be able to load these containers heavy. That is an economic fact, and this is what Curtis talked about. We need to be able to have that. The other aspect that's important, and it's a little bit different than maybe the import business where you have more manufactured goods or retail type goods. Transportation cost is a higher percentage of the selling price in our type of commodities than it is in most things. So if transportation goes up, costs go up, your price goes up. And that's a critically important aspect. The other aspect of it is we're dealing in the world markets. We're competing with Brazil, we're competing with China, we're competing with a lot of different areas out there. The fact that costs go up doesn't mean price goes up. Stuff is competing on a world market basis, so it's very competitive. Today we're in a great shape, and it's not really a Georgia issue, it's a South issue. The inland transportation costs for poultry are substantially cheaper going to Savannah than other parts, and poultry is predominantly produced in the South. This is the natural port, and you can't get away from that. We can load the heavy containers. The other thing, and the Port Authority's done a terrific job. Every week we're shipping over 100 containers out of Savannah. But the most important part about it is we're shipping with 19 different container carriers to 49 different countries. That kind of flexibility and reach is incredible. And for our industry, if we were to lose that, we would have a real problem. And it's not something that's easily solved. So all of that can go away pretty quick. I think it's been very well explained to you what the issues are. But if these ships don't stop here, the costs go up, and they go up dramatically. One of the aspects, and it affects jobs in the poultry industry, it affects the price that you pay for chicken in the United States. If the export market is hurting, it's going to affect the profitability and the production of chicken producers, and it will affect costs in the United States. So this is an important aspect. So from my standpoint, like I said earlier, it's not a nice to have, it's got to have, and the poultry industry really feels pretty passionate about it.